Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Group Chat. We have an exciting episode today. We are talking Drake, album coming. J. Cole, album just came. Kanye West tweeting his arse off.
Yes, thank God.
And Amazon's building killer robots to enter our homes and order from our Amazon Prime accounts for us.
Ouch.
I added killer.
Yeah.
Anyway, stay tuned. We have an exciting episode, and also we're announcing the winner for our massive boombox giveaway from last week's episode at the end of this episode. Let's go. All right, welcome back. Welcome to Group Chat. I am your co-host, Christopher Drama Pfaff. I am the founder, co-founder, and CEO of Young and Reckless. I'm also the host of Short Story Long podcast on iTunes and everywhere podcasts are served. And this is Dee.
This is Dee, and I almost have to sneeze. And I'm the co-founder of Men Love Club.
That's the worst feeling. Hi, I'm Dee. Tell them who you are.
Dee Murthy, co-founder of Men Love Club, and avoiding a big sneeze. Thank you.
Big day. We live life on the edge over here at Group Chat.
Yeah.
Dee, let's get into it.
Yes.
First and foremost, might as well start off on a very, very strong note.
Yes.
The pop culture prophet has spoken.
Icon.
Kanye West has reactivated his Twitter account.
Yes.
Have you been reading them all?
I read them all. I've reread all of them, and they're amazing.
What is your feeling? Because I feel like he just read like an Eckhart Tolle book for the first time and was like, whoa, and just tweeted it all.
So I think there's some of that,
Yeah.
but then it's also like, I like that he announced his album.
Yeah.
His Cudi album, Tiana Taylor album, Pusha T album. He surprised everyone yesterday, which this is the one piece of news I knew, that he was doing Nas's album.
Yeah, we had that, but couldn't share it.
And then dropping like the philosophy. And then I think what even more is important is like he's letting you inside of his creative process. He showed the early rendering of the Yeezy 350.
Yep.
He showed all the colors of every shoe that's coming out.
Yep.
He showed you what he's thinking about, what he's working on. He dropped some philosophy. He loves his Tesla.
Big marketing day for Tesla.
Oh, man. He just comes out and says it. And I don't know. I think the whole thing is incredible because now one thing I really liked about it is like we all know a lot of smart people, but we don't know geniuses.
Yeah.
Like genius never shares their
But you know me.
experience. Silence is not a wrong edit. It's just actually me being
took
silent.
over the room.
Crickets.
I had to give it a shot. You want to know what I loved about it is I think that like you're right. Like it is these guys starting to wrap their head around the power of social media and like showing the process.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I noticed that was really, really cool for me, and this goes into a little bit of your forecast, which I agree with, that what all these YouTubers and all this stuff what's going to be the next phase is people that are showing everything but actually doing something of value, not the vloggers that are just running around doing nothing.
Yeah.
The other big thing that got me was, I don't know if you saw they put out that video of like Virgil's first day
Yeah.
at Louis Vuitton. And it was him like putting pens in the jar and like just the most
real,
basic stuff.
Yeah.
And I was watching that and I was like, man, this is cool. Like you really feel like you're there, like he's unpacking, like this must be crazy. But I think that him Kanye posting all the samples and all the potential shoes prototypes and all that stuff, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Not that I was mad at it, but all the like philosophical stuff, I was a little like,
well, that's what's going through his head, right?
Yeah.
So he's sharing what he's experienced. Because that's what makes it so cool.
Yeah.
Is he's not trying to be like, if Tom Cruise started tweeting, it's going to be like his publicist tweeting.
Yeah.
And it's going to be programmed.
you want crazy.
You want to know everything this person's thinking about, not this programmed, like, if you're mad, you're mad. You're happy, you're happy. You're sad, you're sad. You're excited, you're excited. Like, he'll early morning, he's waking up and he's just like, I'm going to have the greatest day ever. And you're just like, yeah, great. So maybe I will too.
Yeah.
It's just like, it was just exciting to follow along with the energy of how he's feeling.
Yeah.
He's obviously in an incredible space right now. I mean, putting out that much music is insane.
Insane. He's going to own June.
Yeah. I mean, the
and
summer.
part of July.
Yeah. I mean, just so much music.
I hope it's real. Like, I hope he doesn't say, like, never mind, I pushed my album back.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean,
never mind."
everyone has these dates etched in their head now.
I don't know if he knows the power of Twitter, though.
Or his power. You know, the other thing I noticed is, so the first tweet, I went and looked at how many followers he had. He had 9 million. This is about, what, a week ago?
Mm-hmm.
He has 26 million.
The power is insane.
17 million people, like, are just joined on to follow you.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, it's so good for the platform also of Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, that's the platform that he's choosing to even share his pictures.
Yeah.
He didn't share it on Instagram. He didn't share it on Facebook.
That's true. That's huge for Twitter. Big wins for Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kanye.
Yeah. Like, think about, like, I mean, now I'm, like, glued to Twitter. Like, I turn on my notifications again because I want to know what he's saying.
I like it. I just wish a lot of, like I wish the Will Smith thing would continue, the Kanye thing would continue, the Virgil thing. Like, I really, really thoroughly enjoy when people who are actually doing something of interest and of value.
And they're actually transparent, not just, like, the programming. Yeah, I'm vlogging today, and it's like, you know, it's just, this is real. He's controlling the phone.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
That's really cool. Next up, J. Cole album dropped. Did you like it?
So, I'm going to be honest. I dislike J. Cole since...
As a brand.
As a brand. And mainly because it's got my view from streaming. I would have never heard J. Cole if it wasn't for streaming. Because I would have never bought the album.
Yeah.
But it's on my stream. I listen to the top 50, like, if I'm running or driving or something on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then his music started playing. And I was like, damn, this is good.
Really?
I loved it.
Why don't you like the J. Cole brand? I'm just curious.
I don't know. The one song when I think of J. Cole is the song "Crooked Smile" or whatever it is. Yeah. Like, you wrote a song about bad teeth or whatever, bad smile.
But it's more, D. That's just the poetic.
I heard that and I was like, this guy's serious.
But D, it's an example.
I actually watched his HBO special, which then I really liked him, but I just never really liked the music. Yep. This music, there's that song. I think it's called 1984 or 1985. 85. Yep. That's incredible. Yeah. Incredible. I like that.
So that's causing a lot of issues, right? Like, so now, like, Smoke Perp was on stage having the entire crowd chant F J. Cole. Yeah. And wrote it on his thing. And then Lil Pump put out a video saying, oh, you're old and you're mad and whatever. Yeah. It's a weird time where, like, I don't know whether, like, what's going on in politics is causing, I don't know what's causing this, but everyone is so polarized. Yeah. Even, like, hip hop is the largest genre of music ever, finally. Yeah. We made it. They did it. And now they're fighting with each other. And there's this huge divide between all of these, like, social media SoundCloud rappers that are now legit and all the older guys who aren't happy with it. And they're legitimately beefing now.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if there's any crossover in their fans. Because I like all of their music. I like Smoke Perp. I like J. Cole.
There's crossover.
So I don't know how much it really affects it unless their fans are so... influenced where they're just like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to Lil Pump because J. Cole told me to do so. I don't know if that's the case.
I think that's few and far between. I more think it's instead energy. Of the unity of saying, like, hip hop finally made it, let's all have fun and celebrate together. I'm this type of rapper, you're that type of rapper. Yeah. They're hating on the type of artists that each other are. Yeah. And so they're alien. They're like starting to draw this. Yeah. When it's all from the same. Like, if J. Cole makes a record about trying to give advice to, like, the next young guy. He's trying to help. Yeah. I didn't find that thing to be, like, dissing that, like, they make bad music. No. I found it more like he's trying to tell you, like, stay, like, it's not just because you got a song out doesn't mean, And I'm sure behind closed doors, someone said something to get this going. Yeah. People just don't speak out for the sake of speaking out unless you're J. deranged. Cole does, though.
Maybe he does. I listened to a handful of songs and I actually really enjoyed it, and I realized why. I'm discovering more music than ever, and I'm someone that, like, I put in work trying to find new music because I listen to so much music. Yeah. So, like, to be able to, like, streaming has allowed me to do that. Yeah. Because I can just jump. I'm like, oh, J. Cole, I would never listen to it, but this song's number one in the world right now. I want to listen to it.
I mean, buying MP3s is dead. Yeah. It's already the old CD.
Yeah, dead.
Which is mind-blowing. But anyway, the point is, I just think... I don't know. I think the division is, like, kind of stupid, and I wish that would clear up. I think he did a good job. He did say in 5 years you'll be on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, that was a hot line.
Bit of a strong ending. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if those people were that.
Very true. And then what about Drake? Drake is dropping a new album. He announced the date, which is in June.
He said June 2018.
June is going to be hot.
June is really hot.
I can't wait for June.
There's so much music.
Oh, it's going to be a good summer.
And I'm sure there's like a Nicki Minaj also. There's got to be some other artists.
Yeah, there's other stuff coming.
I think there's a Rihanna album this year. I mean, there's going to be a lot of music.
It's going to be a really good summer. Make sure your speakers in your car are all tuned up and ready to go, kids, because we got a hot summer. Or maybe your AirPods or whatever you got. Okay, next up, Time released their most influential people list.
Yeah.
What'd you take away from it?
So
Virgil's on that, right?
Yeah. It's, I got to double check that.
Anyone?
Yeah. Okay. He's
Virgil
on
made it. That was the big news, like in our world.
Yeah.
Was that he made that list?
What I liked about it. So I probably read about 10 of the articles. I liked how they had someone of influence write each other's article.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. Like Yuri Milner, who's a really famed Russian investor, did Elon Musk.
Kevin Hart did Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, and then there was just a lot of really, really good like articles like that throughout. That was really interesting.
Yep.
Like I liked that the Mayor of London was on there, MBS was on there, JJ Watt was on there. There was a lot. What was missing, which was mind-boggling to me, was any Kardashian, any Jenner, and Kanye West. That is a joke.
Yeah.
That is a joke. So like Donald Trump. The thing is like. Influential does not mean whether you think it's influential. It's what the influence you have. Donald Trump is very. You know what I like? I like seeing Roseanne Barr on that list because that's real.
That's true.
Sean Hannity was on the list. That's real. Like these people are so influential, and so I really enjoyed seeing those types of people.
Yeah.
The Cambridge Analytica kid was on there. But like. Where are the Kardashians and Jenner? They do anything. Think about it. The biggest thing in the news the last 2 weeks was Khloe's baby with Tristan Thompson. On the number one website in the world, which is
it's
Daily
undeniable.
Mail. Yeah, so then where's that family?
Yeah, I think they were just trying to we're better than that.
No, you're not.
I get it. I agree.
I mean, Sean Hannity's on there. He's a clown.
He's a clown.
But he has influence.
I agree, man. I agree with you 100%. I was trying to come up with the counter argument, and there isn't one. It's just them for sure. Everyone's just sick of like that being a fact, but it is a fact.
Yeah, I like that the Parkland kids. Barack wrote their article, which is incredible. You should read that.
Is there any like internet, YouTube, any influencers?
I didn't see that.
I mean, I would argue like as much as we hate him, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Is an influential human being.
I mean, think about how much impact he's had on so many of the Ryan Coogler.
I would say, like head up, Logan Paul is more influential than Kesha.
Yeah.
Agreed?
100%.
Fans, people, listeners, right below, let us know. I don't like the fact, but I think it's a fact.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people missing on this list. I mean,
how about Travis Scott? Did he make it?
No.
Ridiculous.
They don't like that young, youthful kind of hip hop culture on this list.
They think they're cooler they think they're like highbrow.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You gotta keep it real, Time.
Like they put J-Lo. Dude, what did J-Lo do this year that's influential?
I agree.
She signed a big Vegas deal. You could see her 4 nights a week.
Sick. I think she has a hot new like perfume line.
Rihanna, I get. Cool. You deserve it.
Yeah, Rihanna's on it. I don't know. Yeah, I guess they're just trying to be like above the, whatever. But unfortunately, you got to have a real representation of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
It or not, Time.
I don't know.
You got to be honest. Well,
disappointing.
It's cool. Good for Virgil. Another big win for Virgil. Virgil is just, woo. I mean, he's going to look back at 2018 and maybe 19 and be like, what a ride.
Yeah.
Just cashed it. Just the stars aligned and Virgil is king.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to top this year.
Okay, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go into sad part.
Yeah.
We like to pack it all into one. You know what? We can't. I'm going to pack it all into one thing here. Avicii passed away on Friday, Thursday.
Yeah, Friday.
Pretty shocking.
Yeah, I was sad.
That one got me a little bit.
Yeah, because so young, 28 years old.
Yeah, like normally people that I don't know, it's like, oh, that's sad, but it doesn't but 28, like, man. And he was just, killing it. Had everything that every 28-year-old could ever want.
He did, and he did it when he was 21.
Yeah.
He was the biggest star in the world.
He already retired 2 years ago.
Yeah.
From touring.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was part of the lifestyle that kind of eventually got to him. They're saying they're unclear what the cause of death is still, but they're
sounds like drinking.
So he had a pancreatitis, which is usually caused by drinking, but it's also genetic.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how your liver and pancreas at 21, like how much drinking are you? Because I have a friend who doesn't drink anymore because of that issue.
Yeah.
But the drinking obviously affected his liver and pancreas, but it was genetic.
Yeah.
Right. So I just can't imagine. At 21, you haven't been drinking for that long. Even if you started drinking when you're 16.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's like genetic.
But man, those guys, I feel like it's probably, I mean, we're completely speculating, but I feel like it's probably partly genetic, but like those guys party for a living.
Yeah.
Like that's your job.
Yeah.
And I know that there
and
are
it's miserable
ones,
if you're sober.
Yes. And I've heard stories of like Diplo doesn't actually really party that much. He's a smart guy. He works out. He takes care of himself. But I know there are guys that are like doing drugs all the time for like years and drinking and going crazy for years at a time.
Yeah.
And I just think like if you have any genetic issue there, it could, I don't know. But it just seems crazy. And like I said, we're speculating on it just being drinking. We're speculating on it being any sort of overdose. Who knows? But I don't think like it's crazy for someone to pass away if that's what happened just from drinking. Yeah. Like that's crazy.
I mean, people don't realize because it's legal, we don't address it. Alcohol is poison.
Yeah.
Like we arrest people for selling marijuana and throw them in jail all day. So many lives have been ruined.
I've never been hungover from weed.
Nobody has.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, weed does not kill you. Because it is a plant.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't. Alcohol is so like I didn't drink this weekend because I was just like, you know what, maybe I do drink too much.
Yeah.
Because I know Vern's related to alcohol and drugs, and Vici was alcohol, and I was like, man, maybe I should and I always have felt, because I'm a fairly regular drinker. I don't drink excessively, but I like to drink 2 drinks a day or 5 nights a week or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what, I always felt like it was a bad thing on my body, and now when I see these are people I remember seeing Avicii at Winter Music Conference at Mansion in Miami when one of his first big performances. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, wow, this kid's 21. He's going to be the biggest star in the world. Yeah. And then I've hung out with Vern countless times because Ray Hughes has managed him forever. I mean, I met Vern maybe 15 years ago. Yep. And to see people that have just kind of been around are now gone because of alcohol. Yeah. And I'm not saying that's the only reason, but
I think alcohol is one of the most underrated
killers.
Yeah.
Because when people argue the weed card and say, oh, what's the big deal if it's legal? And the counter is well, alcohol is the worst thing on earth. Yeah. It's like we allow cigarettes and alcohol.
Cigarettes and alcohol are straight up poison.
Poison.
Oh, man, it's so true. I mean, I just this morning recovered from Coachella drinking. Yeah. A week and a half ago. Yeah. A year and a half ago also.
Yeah, and I just think that a year and a half ago.
Still, I'm trying to find the light, the clarity. But yeah, it's terrible. That was a bad one. That was one that like you said, I really looked at and was like, man, what a
I remember I got my notification because I have news notifications on my phone. It said Avicii died at 28. I was like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then that one backed up. The next story is Vern Troyer. Then 2 days later. Yeah. Similar thing. Sounds like similar thing. Sounds like he had a drinking issue, and that was the issue. But man, Mini-Me. Yeah. Sad. Those were 2 where you're like, man.
They're part of your life.
Yeah.
Because you watched Mini-Me, Vern on television. Yeah. He was a big part of us, just pop culture and everything. And then just having a good friend who worked with them all these years. So I'd always see him around. I've gone to, I remember he's a huge University of Michigan football fan. Would always argue with me whenever I saw him about that. Yeah. And so it was super sad to see that. And it just tells you this entertainment lifestyle is it's scary because of these types of poisons. You get, you fall into these traps of alcohol and depression and drugs.
And you can do whatever the hell you want.
And people always kind of, on the outside who don't live in LA or New York or in this scene, they kind of laugh about it and says, "Oh, these people." But like, this is just a fact of like living this lifestyle. It's so dangerous because of the stress, and then the substance abuse part of it. Because I think the stress and the depression lead to these types of things. Because you feel good when you're drunk.
Yeah. That's what J. Cole's trying to warn us about.
Yeah.
The young guys aren't listening.
They're not. Those kids will learn.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Happier news.
Yeah.
Will Smith
Yeah.
posted a vlog.
Yeah.
That was a story about meeting Michael Jackson.
It's amazing. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It's so good. And especially like the So I always wondered, like, what does a high quality YouTube video feel like?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people miss the boat.
Yeah.
And they think it's like about cinematography. They think it's about like, I don't know, being Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's what Will Smith just did. If you're an aspiring YouTube vlogger, YouTube content creator, that nailed it.
And that's what I would say.
But it also doesn't hurt that Will Smith is telling the most epic story of how he met Michael Jackson, and it's because of Suge Knight.
Yep. But I would argue that, like, if you're an up-and-coming influencer, the same sort of applies for you and your 100-person audience, right? It's like you have to take a note from that. Because to be honest, I personally didn't think that the story was that crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe we're numb to it. But I just didn't, it's the way he told it.
Yeah.
And the graphics and the whatever and the Suge Knight reference and the whatever was so good.
Yeah.
That story wasn't that great.
You know
he
what?
made it great.
Yeah, he definitely made it great. He's obviously a very talented person. Like the illustration of him being Michael Jackson, the words coming out of his mouth, and then just like the context of the story. And it also dawned on me, I can't believe Will Smith only met Michael Jackson one time.
Shocking.
They were the two most famous people in that culture in the 90s, and they never crossed paths.
I can't believe he wasn't at Neverland just swinging around. Swing set, you know what I mean?
And it's funny how they both had security and this and that, and Suge Knight overtook all of that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love this Michael Jackson and Will Smith. It's like, Suge's tripping again. And then Michael's like, Suge's always tripping.
Suge's always tripping.
That's amazing. You should do a story time with Dee for your vlog.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. I like that.
Just saying. You have a lot of good stories.
I have funny stories like that.
Okay, moving on. Tencent IPO.
Yeah.
Tencent's music. So explain to the people what Tencent is.
Tencent is the largest Chinese company in the world. They've built a conglomerate of media, technology, and social media as well.
Can you compare it to anything here?
I would say the closest comparison is a Facebook,
Yeah.
but they own WeChat.
Yeah.
WeChat is the largest communication platform in China.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable as app. So when I go to Asia, I only use WeChat. Yeah. Not only is it great for messaging and sending pictures and all that stuff, it's also how you pay.
Yeah.
So like you go to a restaurant, you just whoop your WeChat out and you move on in China.
Yeah.
So they own WeChat, they own Weibo, which is their Twitter.
Yeah.
They own like 30 other different platforms like that. Mm-hmm. And then they also own a ton of the best gaming companies. So they own Riot Games, which is League of Legends, and they've built this huge gaming portfolio. And they own the Spotify equivalent in China.
And that's what's going public?
That is going public, the music version of this company.
Yeah.
They're saying that music IPO is $25 billion.
And what's the revenue?
So here's the thing. Yeah. The entire Chinese music business is said to be $500 million a year because of the piracy.
Everyone just steals.
Yeah, it said $480 million is the revenue from live and recorded music in China.
That's terrible.
That's nothing. They said by 2021, PricewaterhouseCoopers says it'll be $900 million in revenue. The U.S. market is $8.7 billion. So
then why is the valuation so high?
Because of the potential.
Of China, or of they could spread worldwide?
Of China. I think they're thinking that eventually. So, I mean, the IPO target is so big. They make Spotify look really tiny.
Yeah.
Because Spotify is worth roughly the same, $25-30 billion. But they're doing real revenue. Mm-hmm. This Tencent Music IPO, unless they're going to fold in other assets that are valuable. Maybe there's some video game streaming asset that they're folding into and they haven't let people know. Yep. They're planning to go public sometime before the end of the year. But subscription there is only $2 a month.
Yeah, it's so $9.99. What is it here? What's $9.99? Yeah.
So that means like, unless all billion people in China are getting on, then it's $2 billion a month. That's a humongous business.
Yeah.
But It's tiny. Like
Yeah, that's interesting. I just wonder what, because I obviously see something.
yeah, it even got me looking. So I started looking up global music revenue.
Yeah.
Global music revenue is only $17 billion.
And US is 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Adidas does more than that.
Yeah.
Adidas does more than
Music.
yes. And you think about how many Adidas are there. There's Nikes, there's Louis Vuittons, there's Zara, there's H&M. It shows you how small the music business really is.
Yeah.
Everyone's fighting for a pretty small pie.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's interesting. I wonder if they'll be able to do it. Do you think, let's just do this. Do you think that will be worth it? Do you think the $25 billion valuation will ever?
I mean, when
Live up to
Alibaba and Tencent all came out public the first time, the biggest difference between, while there's no comparable, Amazon would be the closest.
Mm-hmm.
These Chinese companies do everything.
Yep.
They literally do everything.
Yep.
They own the Facebook, they own the Twitter, they own the game, electronic arts. One company owns everything.
Yeah.
And then Alibaba owns all the e-commerce platforms.
They don't have like monopoly rules over there?
It's communism, bro.
Sure. Yeah, anything goes.
As long as you're cool with the government, you don't piss them off, they leave you alone.
That's great.
As soon as you piss them off, they come after you.
Yeah. Well, that's what we do too.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff Bezos is.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch.
Slight depressing dip, and
Yeah.
then we're out of it. Then
Okay.
we're on to positivity.
Yeah.
Waffle House, Nashville, Tennessee. Crazy guy came in with no pants on, shot it up.
Yeah. 4 dead.
4 dead.
Yeah.
Others wounded.
Yeah.
Assault rifle.
Yeah. AR-15.
Shocker. Big shocker. Seems like the guy was crazy.
It seems crazy. So I just got a notification. Looks like he's in custody now.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, they just got him in custody.
And am I correct in saying that this is the same guy that they like arrested around the White House a long time ago?
Yeah.
Like years ago?
Yeah.
So he's been a kook for a while.
Yeah.
The part I loved, I'm going to be honest, I love the story of the black dude tackling him,
Yeah.
taking the gun.
And then this guy just fled.
I love it.
That was amazing. His name was James Shaw Jr. He's 29 years old.
Yeah.
He's a badass.
Badass.
And
he was so like, I saw him on the news this morning when I was getting ready. Yeah, they were interviewing him. It says hero and blah, blah, blah. And he just seemed very like humble. You know what I mean? Just very like, well, I don't know. I mean, he had a gun. I grabbed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hit him with a door, I think. Like, I think man, good for you.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy to be able to tell that story.
Oh, and to just be like, I mean.
And it's funny is that, so both sides on social media took advantage of it.
Did they?
Yeah, so like, obviously the Parkland kid said, oh, a good guy with a gun.
Yeah.
The good guy didn't need a gun.
Yeah.
And then the flip side was pro-gun people were like, oh, he's a hero. He like just supporting him that he's a hero.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that everyone was like, we're not going to go against this guy.
Yeah.
We're going to join him on his hero route.
I loved it. I just love everything about it. I love that. Like to just be on the news and be like, you're a hero. Like you grabbed this guy. I mean, who knows what happened? Like, and I'm not taking anything away from this guy, but like in the heat of the moment, like that's obviously a strong move to make. But man, you get the payoff.
Yeah.
Like you get to like,
He
I mean,
deserves
like,
a
whatever.
heroes.
He does.
Victory parade.
We don't get a lot of those. I feel like in these type of events.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, it's
because
so
maybe
hard.
we never hear about the hero. He or she passes.
Yeah, a lot of times. I think there was that coach at Parkland that got killed.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times they either pass away or it's just an insanely scary thing to do. But for a guy to do it,
the cops at Parkland were running.
Yeah, sat outside.
This guy would have solved the problem.
This guy's a hero.
Yeah, he's like Batman.
We need a parade.
Yeah.
But anyway, in all seriousness, though, sad. I mean, more people died. It seems like this was kind of just motivated by craziness.
Yeah.
And a guy who's crazy and doesn't wear pants and can get his hands on an assault rifle, which is nuts.
I mean, I don't know when. I don't know how many more it has to happen. I guess it's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. We're back in. This is a good segue out because it's positive, but it's also kind of scary.
Okay.
So Amazon and Lord Jeff Bezos,
Yeah.
who's literally on this show every week because there's a new way that they are owning our lives. Now is making robots.
So they've been working secretly on developing a home robot. So
like Amazon HomePod isn't enough.
So this is the progression, and it was actually laid out really nicely. It started with the Kindle.
Yep.
They said, you need to read. All these books we're selling, you need to read.
I know.
So they got you to buy this device. Does anyone use a Kindle anymore? Probably not. Then
Brian Toll.
Yeah, probably does. Then the Echo came out, which launched 4 years ago, and now is like pretty much very popular. Yeah. And they've essentially subsidized it. It's so inexpensive, pretty much every Prime subscriber can use it. With the idea of that, you're gonna shop and buy stuff off Echo.
Echo was the thing where you just kind of order more stuff.
That's the whole idea of
Genius.
Echo.
Hey, buy this thing to make it easier to order from us.
Yeah. So they did Echo, and like, it tells you the weather, it plays your music, turns on the TV, whatever, basic functionality. Yeah. The next progression is, let's put a robot in your home that can handle basic things you need done. Mm-hmm. So they don't know what the functionality is yet, or they're not releasing it, but they're saying basic needs, basic chores. But what is it going to essentially do? It's going to tell you, oh, you ran out of milk.
It's literally
you ran out of deodorant.
You are out of boxers.
Yeah.
Order more for $9.99.
Yeah, exactly.
Lord Jeff says.
Or it's going to literally be like, imagine it could be even crazier. It's like, it knows everything you're low on, and you start telling it, you can just order it. So here's the problem. This is ultimate monopoly.
Jeff.
Once they own the robot, in your house, it's a wrap. You can't leave your robot.
Yeah. The robot's going to be like hiding like groceries. You are out of bread.
Yeah.
You just hit it, man.
Yeah. But like at that point, like you can never shop anywhere else because it's too much.
But come on. When's it? I mean,
diversity in robots.
What?
There needs to be diversity in robots.
What's that mean?
I need a different retailer. I need to have robot options.
You can't, man. King Jeff is buff as
What if I want a Walmart robot? What if I want a...
Nope, not an option. You gotta ask Jeff.
But it's pretty crazy. And my guess is they're gonna subsidize it, right? Because that robot, let's say, because they were comparing it to the Sony dog that came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was $1,800 and really did nothing.
Yeah.
So assume this cost $2,000 to make, let's say.
But if that dog told you were out of coffee creamer,
yes,
you'd keep it.
Yeah, and the difference is Amazon is just gonna subsidize it. They're gonna say $500, you can have it. And $500, everyone's gonna want a robot.
I mean, I'd take a robot for $500.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. Make your coffee. Do this. Do that.
Well, I don't really know what to say.
It becomes your true personal assistant.
I surrender.
Yeah.
You know? What else are we going to do?
Annoying.
All right. Moving on.
Yep.
Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Another group that's just crushing it.
Yeah.
They are... Have they agreed to do this, or they're looking into buying movie theater?
They're said to buy it.
And that is to help... Am I correct in thinking that is to help their chances of winning awards and having a presence in that sort of real movie? Because it seems like they're kind of separated from the real movies.
Yeah. And
they're trying to integrate into that a little bit more. Is that right or no?
So they have not given any indication on why they want to do it.
Yep.
I think it's an interesting move. So when you think about like what Amazon is doing for their industry, which has become completely vertically integrated, right? Like your number one selling item is soap. We should be creating our own soap.
Yep.
We create the brand, we create everything. And they're doing that across every category. Netflix is obviously distributing the content through streaming. They're creating all this content, but they're probably not capturing any meaningful revenue if any of these films ever make it to a theater, which I don't think any of them do. Yep. So you might as well, the theater business is dying. They can essentially subsidize it because it's worth it to them. And imagine, so like Movie Pass is a great example of a business that people really like, but everyone's questioning their business model. Like, can they make money? Apparently they lost $150 million last year. Netflix can subsidize a business like that. Yeah. I would maybe even go to the movie theater if it was Netflix.
That's big.
Yeah. I mean.
But what? Why?
So they're saying.
Why would that turn you to go see Bright and?
No, because maybe the experience is different, right? Like, I don't have to stand in line to get a ticket. I just scan my Netflix thing. Yeah. And my food they know my food and drink. They know my habits. They know, it's just, I like the idea of watching content with a group of people, if it makes sense. Like, I used to love watching, like, I vividly remember watching Kings of Comedy at a theater and everyone laughing together. There are moments that I do like watching content with the group of people.
What's your biggest pain point in a theater? The people? Like, what's your biggest thing that deters you?
I'll rank them. Ready?
Yeah.
Time. parking,
Just sitting in the okay.
everything.
Yeah, everything but watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that process is ridiculous.
Okay.
Especially living in LA. It's a joke.
Okay.
Air conditioning, too cold.
Every time.
Every time.
Wow.
I literally have to dress like I'm going to Alaska to go to a movie
What
theater.
temperature do you keep your house
I keep it at 68, but I got a blanket on me.
at all times?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Third, the food is disgusting.
Okay.
Like, I don't eat popcorn.
Even at like iPick?
That
Have you
restaurant,
tried an iPick?
Yes, the restaurant next to iPick is trash in Westwood.
Fair.
Why isn't the dining experience good?
I'm
Like,
not
why
sure.
not?
I don't know.
Why is the alcohol cheap and crappy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think you're the target demo.
No, but they don't give me they're charging a lot of money for a movie theater
I understand.
experience.
I get it. I get it. I don't have a dog in this fight.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Oh, you don't have a robot in this fight.
I don't have a robo dog in this fight. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh. Okay. So scan in tickets, better quality items, and you're in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I want Nice Guy while I'm watching a movie.
Sure, but that's like a.
But
you're
they're
up in
charging. Like, you go to the movie theater, it's so expensive.
Yeah, but
Popcorn-
then they're just gonna up it more. Nice Guy at a movie theater is $100.
Cool. At least I'll go once in a while.
True, but you're the only one. So you and
I
two
think
rich friends.
I pick is expensive.
Yeah, already. Add Nice Guy.
No, it's the
It's gonna
same
look like
cost
Soho
to
House
make
at
that
iPick.
pizza.
Just the crowd, like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? Just billionaires.
Social, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the environment I want to watch.
Well, let's see. I heard, and we should look into this more. I heard that also one of the motivations was they need to start getting more
awards.
and nominations and more of a presence.
They're not even participating in Cannes this year,
Yeah.
so they're losing that like critically acclaimed type.
Yeah,
of
I
content.
think they want that.
Yeah.
And I think you get that from people showing up to theaters and getting some numbers.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, last but not least,
Yeah,
the most influential
yeah.
family.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you, time.
The first family.
The first family of the United States of America, the Kardashians.
Yes.
Their beauty business
Yeah.
is
On fire.
on fire.
Yeah. So Kylie launched hers,
Yep.
and they said the rumor is within 18 months she did $420 million.
Cool.
Kim just launched hers,
Yep.
and they're saying that on average drop, she does 350,000 units.
What would you guess that revenue is?
So they're saying year one, it's around $100 million.
Mellow.
And so beauty is like one of those spaces. It's probably the hottest space in consumer goods right now.
know.
And mainly because social media, YouTube is actually very influential in women making their purchases in this product.
Yeah.
The other is because people buy online now, you're not walking through the drugstore counter being marketed that way.
Yeah.
So and if you have a certain skin tone, you follow that celebrity,
Yeah.
and whatever product they use, you feel more comfortable using.
Yeah. I
So
think Rihanna killed it with that.
Exactly. So like, if depending on your skin tone, you're able to find a celebrity that you identify with,
Yeah.
and you can buy their cosmetics. And if you look, I don't know if you follow Kim on.
I don't.
Okay, so on IG story, she's so good about like showing how she uses it. And like, so like if you're a girl on a Friday night or whatever, and Kim Kardashian is like showing you what she's gonna wear out tonight,
Yep. I get it.
and like she's literally walking you through the product, and it's all her.
Yeah.
It's not like some spokeswoman, some
Yeah.
random girl. It's Kim Kardashian telling you about. And I think it just goes back to like what brands need to do to be authentic is like if the founder or creator is not.
Yeah.
And Kim said in that article, it's on Business of Fashion, so it's a really it's like really thorough about her business.
Yeah.
She said, I've never worked this hard in my life, even when they were filming nonstop and doing press, because they don't have to do press anymore.
Yeah.
She was like, this is like, I have to create so much content.
Yeah.
I have to be on social, on all platforms. And it's her, right?
Yeah.
Like, she cannot post somebody else. And I think, but like, her audience is so big. Like, this is $1 billion business.
Yeah.
Many billions.
And Courtney does it too. They did a collab, like a Kylie and Courtney collab.
All of them are doing it.
Sure.
And the thing is they're all different, right? They all identify with a different girl.
Yep.
Like, Kylie's obviously identifying with a younger audience.
Yeah.
Kim's identifying with an audience. Courtney's identifying with an audience. Kendall's going to identify with a different audience. So it's like every single kid in the family can identify with the group of women that no one else can.
Does Chris do like an old lady one?
She would crush it.
Yeah. What are you waiting on, Chris?
Get that Botox line ready.
Come on, there's more than just
Botox
commission.
facilities would crush it. Kris Jenner's Botox facility.
Yeah,
Kris Jenner. And I got the name of it.
go ahead.
Ageless by Kris Jenner.
Yeah. Rich
Yeah.
by Kris Jenner.
Think about how many women would do that.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Just saying, think about it. We got some good suggestions here.
Kim has a product called Ultralight Beam. Hot name.
She does.
Yeah.
They just have that. There's nothing we can do.
Nah.
The Kardashians and Jeff Bezos pretty much just
Yeah.
got it
Jeff
all.
Bezos should buy the family.
I don't think you can afford it.
$5 billion.
Nope. $5 billion. Their makeup's worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
Sorry, their makeup is probably worth $5 billion.
Yeah, that is. $10 billion.
Nope. No, they just need to have a couple more babies.
Yeah.
Baby makeup.
True Thompson.
Rich. Already rich. Okay. Do you have your winner?
Will, who's our winner?
Will.
Donovan Taylor.
Donovan Taylor, you won this obnoxiously large boombox. We're going to ship it for the simple price of $500. It's great. It's huge.
Thanks to Bumpbox for providing it.
Yeah, great. Do some karaoke with your friends. Make sure you post it on your story.
And tag us.
I
want to hear how loud it is.
Yep. We'll be back next week with more giveaways.
Yeah.
Keep your questions coming. We're going to do a full video dedicated to answering questions because we've been getting a lot of questions. We want to make sure that gets the proper attention. Keep the comments coming. Like, subscribe, follow, tell a friend, share, hit us up on Instagram. See you next week.